here I am. Sorry about that. We just got an order in right before I was going to press go, and I wanted to put those in before we went live. So, just so you know, as of this minute, if you're watching me live, this Saturday Stitch In morning, it is Saturday, July 26th, and it is time for Saturday Stitch In. And we just put in two things. We got the Wild Honey Super Duo mix. We didn't get that many. Hopefully there's more coming, but we did put a few in. And the Super Duo mix that's called Haunting, the ones that you folks really, really liked, we just put a bunch of those in. So if you like them, take a pause, go over there, put them in your cart and check out, because they're going to sell out again. We've got more coming though. So, but I just wanted to let you folks know about that. So that's what we were doing. I hope you are having a good morning. I'm having a good morning. Busy getting things done, but I'm really looking forward to it today. Let's see. So what have we got going on? Janice is on here. We were just texting. So we just wanted to get those in before we started. So it's great to have everyone here. Let's see. I'm just looking to see if there's anything. Yeah, I'm not sure what the crown thing is. I'm sure that's some kind of weird YouTube thing. No idea. Maybe for how long you've been watching. Who knows? Nothing we turned on. So Janice is saying you can go into your settings and turn them off if you want, or you can just ignore them, whatever works for you. And Pam Chavez, indeed, we are all queens. Pam, I saw that really beautiful piece of fabric that your daughter brought back for you. It's gorgeous. Let's see. I'm just looking to see who's here. There we go. Okay. I love it. Everybody's working on great things. It's awesome. Good to have you all here. And let's see here. All right. Just checking to see. Oh, thank you, Janice, for putting those. Oh, and the Frida beads. Yes. Have you seen them? I love them. They are on target. Actually, I was hoping I'd have them for this morning. They're on target to be delivered. But let me show you. Let me see if I can share my screen. Hang on real quick while I can do this. Let me see. This. Share screen. Let me make sure I don't accidentally share a wrong screen. There we go. And I want to share this one. Okay, there we are. All right, so let me show you. Let's go to the Just In. Let's talk about some of our new stuff, and then I'll work on this project. So here we are. We're on our homepage. We've got three things to talk about. We've got the new laser cut beads. We've got new Tyla mixes. And we've got, we're able to get them back in. We carried them a while back. The large ultra suede. Now it comes flat. It comes in these large ones. So we're not going to be carrying the strips any longer because these larger ones are a better price. So we're going with those. But you'll see a bunch of new colors. So let me show you. Let me go to this page and let me go to Just In. So you can see right here as I scroll down, 3 different laser etched beads. The size of these, let me show you. They're 19 by 12 millimeter. So they are just a little smaller than an inch long. About 3/4 of an inch or so, I think, is about 19 millimeters. It's really good. I love these, and they're etched on both sides. They have the image on both sides. We just love those Frida beads. We also got the Buddha, and we got this tuxedo black and white kitty, which we love. So we got those. We also, as we go down, you can see we got 3 new tile mixes in Desert Wind, Sunbaked, and Sherwood Forest. We love those too. Those tile mixes, they're just so much fun to work with. You can also see that they're on sale because this weekend through Monday, it's Miyuki through Monday. All of our Miyukis are 10% off, and you can stack them with our July coupons to save big money on those. So if you need Miyuki, this weekend is the day to pick them up. We also have these new colors. Look at this ultra suede, bone, cream, the coffee bean, the Aztec, the moccasin. Look at that nice Bordeaux color. I love that red, that scoundrel red, violine, navy, silver pearl, and of course the topiary down there. So they're really gorgeous. We're going to be getting some more colors. We're going to be getting those, I hope, some turquoises and other things as well. Okay, so we've got a lot of them going on. So those are in. But again, just to remind you, you can see it on the homepage. We've got the 10% off all Miyuki. If you click on that photo, you'll see, whoops, those went to just in. I need to fix that photo. It's a good thing I checked. Hang on. While we're chatting, I'm just going to fix that right now. I don't know how that happened. What a surprise. It's good to always check your work, Richburg. Always, always. Let's go here. Let me make sure that I'm sharing the right, the right one. Bear with me here just a second. I just want to make sure that that all happens correctly. I hope you're having a good Saturday. I love hearing the projects that you are, that you're working on. I am working, I kind of want to give you a sneak peek of the, let's see, Miyuki. I just need to find this. There it is, right there. Okay, that link is now fixed. Okay, let me just double check and make sure these other links. Let me just refresh this. Hang on. And yes, it's going to Miyuki. All right, perfect. Okay. Oh, great. Yes, Janice, we're hoping to stock all of the 18 colors in the ultra suede. It's going to be fun because we're using it so much. I do have, let me connect my other camera here. Hang on. You know, our Saturday stitch-ins are super casual, about as casual as it gets. Look at, oh God, look at how messy everything is behind me. I didn't even check. Here, let me move. I've got some bags. Let me at least move these bags down. I don't know. That's not really making much of a difference, is it? There, is that looking any better? I don't know. Whatever. I'm not standing on ceremony, right? So yes, Carolyn has a really good question. The ultra suede pieces are perfect for the beaded loom cuff ends. This is the same that we used in our traveler bracelets, all of those when we use the ultra suede at the ends. That's what this is all about. Okay, so yeah, they're perfect for those ends. I am also thinking about putting, I've got the freeform, my freeform peyote stitch. I'm thinking about actually putting it on some ultra suede. I'm not sure yet, but it might be kind of good because then I could really embellish the ends. I could do some other stuff with it. So I don't know, maybe I'll pull it out, but first I want to get to this butterfly. Um, color ultra suede, would be good. Oh, thanks, Pam. Pam J. Um, I actually just, again, I rolled out of bed. I kind of did this. I'm lucky that I have good hair genes, but I'm looking at it, looks kind of like a mess. But thank you for that. Um, it's very sweet. Deborah, I don't know. I think you could use that, any of that topiary, that green would be pretty. You could use the bone is really nice if you wanted something kind of neutral, right? If you wanted it to be a nighttime tree, I pulled out this classic navy because I love the color. I'm really into navy right now as a color. So, it's kind of like a blueberry almost feeling to it. It's pretty nice. So I don't know. I think any of those would work. Um, let me go ahead and attach this camera so I can show you what's going on my work table. Bear with me here just a second. While I do that, let's connect. Oh, it's because I have to put it up on my phone. There we go. There it is. Here's the phone. Is this right? Yes. Let's put this down. So I'll show you what I've been working on. I want to kind of keep it as a surprise for the retreat, but whatever, I want to show you. This is my retreat. For those of you who are coming to the retreat, we're getting ready. It's coming soon. We are getting ready. We leave on the 15th of August. We will have the dates for next year's retreat. I'm also looking at the March retreat here in Fresno. We're looking at doing something like that. So yeah, things are moving along. But let me see, is this working? It is. Let me share it. Let me add this. Oh, Maureen, that's good. Close your eyes so it's not spoiled. Well, maybe I'll wait. Maybe I'll just, there we go. Move that over. Maybe if any of you are watching from the retreat and you don't want to see it, close your eyes right now. I'm just going to show you just real quick on the wrap because I'm kind of excited about it. There it is. That's all I'm showing you. How's that? It'll be fun. I'm really excited about everything we're going to be sharing. We just ordered all of the metal clay for you folks. It's going to be really fun to create with Emily and metal clay. Janice has been working on her combs for everyone. So it's going to be really great. We're going to have a lot of fun. So the East Coast retreat, I am glad you asked, Deborah. We haven't put the complete kibosh on an East Coast. The East Coast, it's just a little harder to, since most of us are here on the West Coast, it's a little harder to get all of that organized. But don't worry, we haven't let that go completely. It's still on our radar. So just stay tuned. Fresno's easy because that's where I am. So, and San Juan Bautista is easy because it's only 2 hours away. And only Janice has to fly in as an instructor. So yeah. So don't worry. We are, that has not been taken off the table. And yes, we're just waiting for some of the ultra suede colors to come back into stock. Okay. And then we'll add them in. So where did here's that navy, which I think is really gorgeous. I just love it. And it's a really nice weight. The quality is really nice. And the size of these, it's 8.5 by 8.5 inches square. So remember how when I was doing that Gatsby cuff, I had to add that little bit because the ultra suede was a little too short on it. Well, now it's 8.5 inches. We've got plenty of room, plenty of length for that. So we're in good shape. Okay. So it's a nice big piece. So you can get plenty for cuffs. This is a lot to work with. And the quality is really nice. You know, when we were trying to source ultra suede ourselves, we got a lot of different samples in of different types of ultra suede. And we just couldn't replicate it. We just couldn't find it. So thankfully, our distributor has been able to source it again, which is nice because we don't have to cut it. It's already packaged. It's ready to go. And the quality is excellent. So yeah. So we are your one-stop shop for ultra suede. Let me go ahead. Here is, and maybe I'll just back this. You know, I have this with the felt. That's what this is. With the felt, but maybe, I don't know. I mean, I think the felt is fine on this one. I don't want to add more fuel to the fire. But what I did, what I am working on, remember this little piece of ultra suede? I wanted to finish this for my trip to France. I even took it with me to work on it, but you know, that was a pipe dream. But this ultra suede is also really nice for backing little pieces, backing little, you know, little things for pins, etc. So that's this here. And this is what I cut with my pinking shears right here, which is nice. Oh, and this is Japanese. Great, Janice. The Japanese, the quality on this is really gorgeous. So, so that's what I've got there. So here is my butterfly. Now it looks like I've got delicas, but I need to edge this. And I think I'm going to edge it maybe in black and silver. I don't know. Let me see if I can get this kind of in there for you. This was the Gatsby 2 mix that I used, right? This is what's left over there. Let me zoom in a little bit tighter here so you can really see it. It's a good time to make a screenshot. I'm also going to clean this camera. Pardon me as I clean. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. There we are. That's looking pretty good. So there's that butterfly. So let me see if I can grab some seed beads while you're looking at that. I think I want to edge this. Let me see. Do I have some 11 knots? Yeah, I've got some sitting here. Good thing. I might want to do the very edge around it in something silver. I could either use the nickel plated. This is the 4221, which is not the nickel plated. I could use that hematite color. That's a good one. I could also do it in blue. This is, I think, alabaster something. I don't know. I'm just looking in my box here, so you'll have to forgive me for. This one's nice. This is galvanized Poseidon. That's kind of an interesting color, right? I really, though, just want black, I think. I'll keep those out though as well. I always like this color. This is one of my favorites. This is matte metallic silver, which I like. Yeah, Linda, I'll talk about why I cut it and how I cut it, why I have a little bit of an edge around there. Let me see though. I know I have a vial of the black rocals, so bear with me here just a second. It also might look good if I put drops around it. I don't know. I've been having this kind of thinking about drops lately ever since Emily's Christmas tree project. Those are 15s. Those are a little small. At least for me using on camera. I thought that Emily's tree project might look kind of amazing if we had drops on the ends. Wouldn't that be cool? Just thinking out loud. Come on, where are my black seed beads? I think these are maybe. No, those are delicates. I want rocals. I want something that's round. Because they'll lay better. I have everything here but black. I might have to go grab one. Hang on. This could be it too. Maybe. No, I have delicates. My kingdom for a rocal, right? Let me also, I'm going to grab this cuff. And let's see if I can grab some drops. This is what happens when Miranda's not here, right? I need Miranda to be here to help me sort everything out, right? I'm also grabbing a cuff right there. There's that. Here's those bugles. Bear with me here just one second. I'm going to grab a couple other things here. And then we will proceed. This is 401. I think I want the shiny, not the matte. I think that's what I want. I don't know. I'll decide what I want here. And then a drop, a Miyuki drop. What do you think about that? How do you feel about a drop? I think it's this one that I want right here. Okay. I need to make sure and take these out so we don't oversell. Let me do that real quick. And later I'll get the Tyla mixes in a little bit too, but I want to focus. So I know cup chain would be pretty on the border, but we don't really carry cup chain, at least not yet. Let me see. Yeah, Terry, that's a good question. Super duos, we could do dangles off of them. That would look amazing. Let's see. Just looking here for any other questions. Okay. So here we go. Oh, I did do this in matte. I think I'll do the outline though in shiny, just as a contrast. Why not, right? So here is the piece that I made, and I cut it, right? And it does have a little bit of an edge, and I glued the backing on it as well. And I think I glued the backing with E6000. So what I did, or why I left, this is about, I don't know, maybe 1/8 of an inch or so around. I need something to stitch in because I'm going to make an extra row. And so I just wanted the edge to have a little more a little more strength around the sides. Okay, so I don't even know how I'm going to start this. I also grabbed some bugle beads. So let me just see. Yeah, I love all this chat about what you all are going to be making. There's, this is the 401F. This is the 6mm bugle bead. I have this mix. I've got some short bugles in here. Maybe I'll use some of those. I don't know. This one, these are the BGL ones. Those are pretty too. Those white. That silver is also nice. I don't know. You have so many choices, right? Sometimes it gets confusing. Let me take a drink of coffee and see. Let's see. What are you talking about? What is Daba? What is that, JP? I'm looking. I'm going to go back. Someone tell me what that is. Oh, it's a French bouillon. Oh, that's right. Michelle, thank you. Yeah, we really want to get some of that. I used it. I had some here. I used some bouillon right there for the little feelers. That was fun. Yeah, I'd like to carry some of that. We are going to we're going to go ahead and also order more of the rhinestones as well. Why do I feel like, oh, I'm having that issue? Hang on, I'm having that issue with my other camera again. Let me know. Let me know if there's a lag. I wonder if it's, let me see. Now it feels like it's, let me try and add this camera back in. Hold please while I try and fix this. Sometimes it lags. I'm not sure what the story is. Maybe I can add, I think I'm going to try and add my iPhone camera. Maybe I won't have that lag. Okay. Bear with me here just a second. I know it is totally distracting though, because I see what my hands are doing here and I don't see what my hands are doing. Yeah, there we go. I'm just going to have to zoom in and out this way is all. Okay, so thank you for that. Let me move this over. Okay, good, good. Oh, thanks, my blouse. This is one of my favorite designers, Tuesday of California. She's actually working out of Germany now, but it's a cute dress. Cute dress. See? Cute dress. Cute dress. Okay, so let's see. Hopefully that will all work. Okay, there we are. And that's right. My hands are there. Good. We're good to go. And that, let me see if I can kind of bring that camera over. Okay, that looks pretty good, right? Not too bad. And of course, now I'm getting a little sweaty because I was getting worried about the camera. Hang on, I'm going to tie my hair back. Why not? Why not? I know you're just waiting, and I'm just faffing around here on a Saturday morning. But that's the beauty of Stitch In, at least for me. It's just me screwing around on camera, pretty much. All right. Okay, that looks good. So I can't put it off any longer. I have to make some decisions about the edge. So Let me dump these out. This, again, from the Gatsby 2 mix, right? And I was thinking about just doing seed beads, but what if I edged this? I might have enough. What if I edged it with, at least on the top, bugle beads? And then maybe down here, oh, sorry. There we go. Maybe down here, I could put some drops. Let me just start, right? I'm just going to start. What am I going to use thread-wise? I don't know. I've got Fireline here, which is fine. You could use KO. I'm just going to use whatever I have sitting here. This is Fireline, so that's what I'm going to use. I need my cutters, though. My Xeron cutters for it. And then let's just see how that looks, right? Might as well. Yes, and I promise you, I'll make some new Gatsby mixes. We had Gatsby 1, this is Gatsby 2, but you can, you know, make your own out of, especially this weekend, now that all the Miyukis are on sale, you could get a few and just kind of dump them in. I'll do some more Gatsby mixes. Janice and I, we have a laundry list a mile long. I should be working on that this morning instead of doing a live, but the lives are my favorite, so, you know, it'll all get done in time, right? What I want to do, though, is we're going to get the sequins and the rhinestones and a bunch of that stuff in, because the bead embroidery is great. Oh, well, good to know, Cindy, that you like the Fireline for the edging. So yeah, I'm just going to go with it, right? I'm going to come in. I'm going to just tie. I'm going to go through several times here for my knot. 1, 2, maybe 4. It's still going to be a fairly small knot, and so I'll stitch it to make sure that it's nice and tight. But there we go. That nice little tailor's knot right there. You can hardly see. Terry's saying mixes are fun to make, but scary to get started. Scary to start making, Terry? I just jump in. I'm like, it's too late. All I can do is dump them, right? So that's, there's no looking back when you start a mix, right? Oh, Deborah says she got a mix once, courtesy of the post office. Oh, no. So sorry. Sometimes that happens, right? But at least you had something to start with, right? You know, I'll make a mix. Maybe when I make the next Gatsby mix, I'll live stream it so you folks can see it. It's really, you know, I don't know. And it's really true, Terry, if the mix is horrible, and I'll tell you, it has happened for sure, especially with our monthly mixes, when we kind of make them on the fly or I start mixing them and I put them, and I only use like one tube to like do like a little mini one to make sure it's right. But I start putting it in and it looks like really awful, really awful. All you have to do, and this is something that I do, you have to build a bridge between this color and this color over here, right? So start building between this awful color and this awful color. If you just start filling in, soon you will make that bridge between the colors. That's what I think about. And I did, Deb, we did do Deborah, the mix. I think Emily and I did it together. It's back somewhere in the annals of bead shop. Um, but yeah, that's really fun. That's really fun. Yeah, I love a mix too. I do. I love a mix. I don't know why. I feel like it gives me a little bit of everything. I think it's the same reason why my mom and I, Ma, what's our favorite dinner? What's my favorite dinner? Our favorite dinner. Our favorite dinner is appetizer dinner, right? So we have a little bit of everything. My mom and I have had some of the best times we've ever had over appetizer dinner. So, yes, it's really true. All right. Let me highlight this. I don't know. Now they're calling like quote unquote appetizer dinner girl dinner. I mean, come on. Chris and I have appetizer dinner all the time, and we've been doing that since before it was hip. So, yeah, appetizer dinner. It's the way to go. We're going to be doing that tonight and tomorrow because the Tour de France ends this weekend. So, um, that's our favorite apéro for the Tour de France. So see how I've got my little knot there, and I went through the front. Now I'm going to come up through the back, and I'm just going to start because I feel compelled to start right here on top of the wings. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Oh, I love it, Mary. What's your favorite thing for appetizer dinner? My favorite, Chris and I make two things that we love. We make a little thing called fig and feta bruschetta. And the fig and feta is so tasty. What you do is you get fresh figs, and Fresno is fig central, really. You get some feta, right? And you get baguette. In our case, we get gluten-free baguette. And you toast the baguette, and you toast it with some melted butter and some garlic. Okay? And you put that under the broiler, or just, toast it in the oven for a little bit so it's nice and, not too browned, but nice and crunchy. Then you cut up the feta and you slice the figs into quarters and you put those on top. And it's just like a little fig and feta bruschetta. And it is so tasty. We also make one with fresh peas. We put fresh peas or frozen in the food processor, and you add a bunch of garlic. You add some olive oil. You add some ricotta and some Parmesan, and you whir it up. And then you put that either on endive or endive if we're feeling fancy, right? Or little toasts. So fig and feta bruschetta and pea crostini. Those are our two big favorites, though we have a lot of other favorites. Oh, coconut shrimp and zucchini sticks. Coconut shrimp is one of my mom's favorites. I've been wanting to make some, because Chris is gluten-free, I've been wanting to make some kind of like fried zucchini thing, which would be really tasty. Look at how nice. Joy is asking, when are figs in season in Fresno? They're actually in season right now. Our farmer's market, the Vineyard Farmers Market, has them. We actually have a fig tree in our backyard because Fresno is really the fig capital. We live in Fig Garden is our neighborhood. So they're so great. And we grew up with lots of figs on our place, our little ranch. I just love figs. So good. Yeah. It is kind of like pea pesto. Yes. So peas, ricotta, Parmesan, garlic. Whir it up. Add other things. Add whatever it is you like. You know, whatever works for you. But it's such a good one. You can also put it over pasta. It's really, really, really delish. Um, yeah, we do. We do have fantastic tomatoes. Our tomatoes are going right now. Chris planted these beautiful purple tomatoes, which are gorgeous. And I just had the world's best nectarine for breakfast. It was delicious. So, yes, I know. Oh, figs, goat cheese, and Tupelo honey. That sounds good. Yum. Love. Yes, so many people on Bead Shop are from like the Central Valley. I have another couple of friends on here who watch that also went to high school in Lemoore. Love it. Love it. Love it. Yes, fig is the best. I love fig. All right, so see what I'm doing here. I'm stitching, and I'm just stitching through the back. The stitches aren't really going to show. I can back it one more time, like I said, with the ultra suede. I'm not really going to worry about it right now. See what I'm doing here, though? As I go back to put this next one on, I go through that 11-aught. Can you see that? And then I'll put on the bugle and an 11-aught. Mary Ellen, that's a great idea. I will do that. Margaret, I love it. Eat cheese and figs. That's the only thing you need to do. I'll put the recipes. I'll put them in tomorrow's newsletter. I'll write them up. If you have any recipes you want to share, send them to me. All right? Send them. That would be really fun to put it in. I love this. Your fig tree rose up. So now you've got two. I love it. Yes, Fresno peaches, Joy, are the best. Yes. Oh, your peach tree is from Fresno. I love it. Yeah, maybe we'll plant a tree. I don't know. We've got our backyard is now starting to kind of look like a jungle because we've planted so many trees, but it's okay. Masamoto Farms is here in Fresno. They're just outside of Fresno, actually. And they do a whole summer fruit pickup and everything. Their last one was just this past week. But we get really delicious, our peaches and nectarines and stuff are so, so good. Our grapes, all of that. I'll bring some Fresno fruit to the retreat, right? So we can have some tasty things there. Here we go. Yeah, gluten-free recipes. I know it is a struggle, but Chris, I'll tell you, Kim, Chris is really, really good. Is really good about that, about the gluten-free and being creative. Janice, how did I know that this is one of my favorite appetizers as well? Tinned smoked oysters, whipped cream on a Triscuit. I actually like it on a little toast. My mom loves Triscuits. I did not know that was your favorite. It's one of my favorites too. We used to have that. It was my grand's favorite. We used to do that on New Year's Eve. I don't know. When I was a little girl, Gran, we'd have sometimes the appetizer dinner or whatever, and we definitely have it for New Year's, right? And Gran would always have tinned smoked oysters, and we would have those, and it was always so super special. So here's a short little 3mm. Can you see that? Those these are the long ones, and then that's a 6mm. This is the 3. So I'm going to use the 3 to kind of go around this curve, and then I'll go back to the long ones. Okay. Oh, yeah, blue cheese on Triscuits. My mom is a big Triscuit fan, and I was kind of poo-pooing the Triscuits. But I saw them in the store, and they have Triscuits with rosemary on them. So I think I'm going to try those. I don't know. I might be pulling back and saying yes to the Triscuit. We shall see. See, look at how that sits really nicely right there. Right? Pretty nice. Yeah, my mom hates smoked oysters. I can't believe that you don't like them, Ma. I love them. We love them. But yeah, I like any tinned. Give me any tinned fish. We're a tinned fish kind of family. I brought some really good ones home from France. That's why my suitcase was so flippin' heavy, because of all the food I brought home, all the tinned foods and everything. It was really, really fun, right? So there we go. So see how that little 3 mil just made that transition go so nicely there. Okay. Yeah, no escargot for me. That's the one. I'm an adventurous eater. I will eat just about anything, but I cannot do escargot. I don't know why. And I can eat just about anything. But for some reason, the escargot, I cannot. I had something, we had the opportunity to have them in France. There was a special, and I'm like, oof. It just was not, it just wasn't, I just couldn't do it. It was just funny. I just could not. But oysters, yes. Oysters in any way, shape, or form. Yes, for sure. Yes, welcome to Food Talk. It is true. Today is Saturday Stitch In and Food Talk, talking recipes. Here we go. See, and I think that this is looking pretty nice along the edge, right? Oh, yeah. We do. There is an almond flour cracker that Chris gets that he really, really loves. He loves those. Yep. Scalloped oysters. Yeah, oysters in any way. Rockefeller, when we go and stay with our friends, they have a place in Montera. We go to my oyster man in San Francisco at Sunfat Fish Market, and we get lots of different oysters, including oysters for barbecued oysters that I make. So it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. So now here's another short one, right? So I'm just going to do a 3, and I'm not worrying about what's sitting correctly, or, I'm taking each little space and assessing it as it comes. Does that make sense? Right? And I just guessed on this edge. Oh, I was going to do drops on here. Let me do drops right here. Right here. Yeah, Grandma put oysters in the stuffing. I know, I loved it. I loved it. And Trader Joe's does have some good GF. We get some there. Chris also gets them from Whole Food. Carolyn saying, it looks great, but now she has to make something to eat because of all of this food talk. I know, right? Beading and food talk. Yeah, I'm thinking about, for the retreat, we always have fun. I like to bring just little snacks and little things. So I've got to start getting that stuff ready as well. I don't know. Food is definitely our family's love language, right? Maybe I'll bring I don't know if people like it though, but maybe I'll bring a little treat from Fresno if anyone likes the Armenian stuffed grape leaves. That would be fun to have for apéro. Because we do a little wine and cheese and stuff before dinner each night, but I could do it on Friday night. The stuffed grape leaves are so delicious. They're made by little old Armenian ladies um, at our local Armenian deli. They're so good. So maybe I'll bring them for Friday's appetizer. So I'll go down. This is so drops. I'm still not putting drops in. Let me take this out because oh yeah, the we did have the smoked fish when my mom and I went to Door County up in Wisconsin. My mom had always wanted to go to Door County, so we went. We had a lot of fun. And there were a lot of smoked fish. I love like a smoked whitefish, I guess it might have been. I'm not sure. Maureen, we're going to have good times. I'm going to bring some good things. Right? We do. We need a bag of Baby Bell cheese. Right? And Janice is asking who was watching within 150 miles of Richmond, Virginia. She'd like to know. That's interesting. Karen, you were checked for gluten sensitivity. You know, my husband is also comes from Eastern European background, Ukrainian, right? So that's interesting because he certainly has issues with it. He's been gluten-free for almost 25 years or more, maybe, I think. Right? That's interesting. Love it. Yeah, I promise I will get Baby Bell for the retreat. So here we go. See, there's that drop. Look at how nice that drop looks. Okay, so I'm going to go in. I'm going to put the needle down about where it should go. Go through. What am I hitting? Oh, I bet I'm hitting a big chunk of glue. There we go. All right, so let's see what that looks like. There it is. Okay. Now I'm going to come up like so. Always have my pliers handy. I'm going to go through that single 11-aught so it keeps my thread, our thread. Oh, my mom. Ma. I know, we're Swiss Italian. We're not just Swiss. It's my mom's favorite to pull that out. All right, let me get another. I think I've got another 3mm, a little short one, shorty. Another. This really is my favorite time of the week, even though I feel like I'm just talking to myself in my garage, which is actually what I'm doing. We'll call it the bead shop offices, but we all know it's my garage office. But at least I feel like you folks are out there having fun, chatting, right? So I don't feel so by myself. Right. Let's see. Here's another 11-aught right here. Oh, fondue. Yeah. We definitely need some fondue. See, here we go. Look at how nice that looks. Right? There we go. And now up through this last one. And through. Yeah, I traveled through Switzerland, not a lot, fairly briefly, but it is beautiful. Okay, so now I'm just going to keep going. I think I'm going to do those drops all the way along the bottom of this. right? Oh, Mary Ellen, we do these. Let's see. I am going to put this. Mary Ellen saying she just remembered her favorite appetizer. It is bacon wrapped water chestnuts in a soy sauce, brown sugar sauce. I wonder if I could get Chris to do that. He does a bacon wrapped date with blue cheese inside. That is spectacular. It's spectacular. Maybe I can get him to make those tomorrow for the end of the tour. Those are delicious. Janice is saying, I think if we start small, we could do an East Coast bead weekend. I did it a couple of times when I lived in Alexandria. People came for the day and we just beaded together. That would be fun, JP. You did have a good time. Love it. And people, I think, are definitely in for that. Right? Well, JP, we will put it in, we can put it in the newsletter. You can send out, or people can email you their interest. Let's figure out how we can facilitate that for you. That'll be really fun. I remember you had some bead days where you just hung out and beaded, and it was really fun. I'm looking for another 11-aught. I might have to change course. Here's one. I'll put this down. And it looks like this will go about right there. I'm just being kind of arbitrary where this comes. And we did do for our VIBs a while back. This was way pre-pandemic where we did the Zoom bead parties or just the Zoom chats. Those were a lot of fun. You know, so many great ideas, so little time to make it happen. But 2026, you know, I think that's what people want, right? Are that people, I think we just want experiences, right? We just want to hang out and like work along with like-minded people. I'm going to stitch this in one more time. I didn't stitch this down enough. So I'm going to do that couching trick, right, that Emily taught us, where you kind of come up, put your thread over the line of beads, and come back, and it just kind of holds it in, right? I'm on a text string with my sewing students from France. We're exchanging a lot of ideas and inspiration and stuff. It's a lot of fun. But I think that just goes to show how much we want those connections, right? That was fun. Yeah, these are, Linda, these are part of the Miyuki collection, right? And these are the Miyuki drops. So if you go to the All Miyuki page, over on the left, you can sort them and you'll see the drops. You'll see all the drops there. That was fun. You know, Mary Ellen, I am working on some virtual classes right now for Bead Shop. So many of you have written in saying we want like not just like a stitch in or a live, but something that's more in my class format, right? A little more tailored, a little more, you know, a little tighter, not so loosey-goosey. So I'm working on it. So for 2026, I think that's going to be on the table. Some virtual classes. I have the technology, I have the know-how, so I think it would be really fun. So, so stay tuned. You know, that's like second nature to me, online classes. That's, you know, I've been doing online classes since the early 2000s, really. So it's a lot of fun. Let me get this over there. If it's not landing quite in the right place, just stitch it back down and stitch it in the right place. See, I'm going to come in. I'm going to put that one there. If you need a little bit of help, right here, push it through with that. Okay. Oh, that's great, Cindy. Yeah, the metalsmithing. Yeah, and they would be paid classes, right? Just like I would do for, you know, the good basics there. But you'd have access to them, unlimited access, etc. So, yeah, we'll see how that all goes. I really want this to line up, so I'm going to do this. Just something else to put on my plate, but I think that classes, and in a more formal classroom situation, it's really fun. The ones that I did, I taught a lot of virtual classes during the height of the pandemic, and those went really, really well. It was a lot of fun. There we go. See how I got it through there? Let's see. And yeah, it would be, you'd get a supply list, you'd get the link, you'd get all of that kind of stuff. So I'll get to it. I'll get back to it, right? We could do a kit or a supply list. Yeah, you bet. You bet. I really want to do it with metalworking. I miss metalsmithing. I need to get some more metal in my life. So, and we do carry the metalsmithing supplies here at Bead Shop. They're kind of hidden away, but they're under tools, metalsmithing supplies. My favorite torch is there. All of that stuff. There we go. So see, I put a drop right there in the middle, and there's a little seed bead there and there, and now I'll continue to go around. Oh, I like this one. Mediterranean dish just posted cantaloupe, watermelon, and feta salad. I love a melon salad. Love, 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 love. Oh, that's really good. Thank you for these. The Mercery instructor has a nice format. Tessellation Nation. All right, I'll look at those. I'm going to take a screenshot of this so I remember. I'm always in for kind of looking. I know, I love it that this crowd is up for anything and everything. I love it. Love, love, love. It really does. Ramona, thank you. Right? Isn't that nice? I do like those edges. Right? Let's keep going. I'm going to keep going. So I need now, hopefully I don't run out of the short beads. I don't think so. This mix had a lot of stuff. So if I do, I'll just punt, right? I'm not going to worry about it too much. So here comes this one. Oh, whoops, I need to put needle up. I also want to do a sewing class. We're going to do a class. I already have it sketched out. I'm going to do a basic sewing machine class for you folks. I started to kind of sketch it out the other day. And it'll be just online. but that'll be getting you folks kind of ready for some other sewing content, because I know so many of you have machines that are languishing. So a little hour of um, working on just machine basics, getting you ready to sew will be a lot of fun. Kind of like, I don't know, like Mary Ellen, you were saying about the one that I did on sewing. I also did like a torch basics one during the pandemic. It was a lot of fun. So it would be kind of on that format, and then you'd have access to it. So I'm thinking about doing that in the fall. I have it on my list to keep fleshing out for September, post-retreat. Okay. Oh, and good. Let's see. Janice is saying here, Janice's house is way too small, but email me and we'll post something on the bead table. I think we have to do this sooner rather than later. Why not? Yes. And here's Janice's email, and Sharon is saying that she will message you. I think that would be great. I think that would be awesome. Janice, if you could pull that off. Just a little beading afternoon would be really fun for you folks, right? You East Coast folks. And then you can kind of brainstorm some ideas. Strength in numbers, right? So here we go. Look at that. It's really looking good, I think. Right? So let me go up through here. I'm going to go through that 10-aught or 11-aught, whatever it is. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's an 11. Though this mix has a bunch of stuff in it that I have no idea. Let's get another shorter one, a 3. Oh, Linda, I love this. A vintage pattern group. I love the vintage patterns. A vintage pattern on Facebook that's lighting a fire for you to get back to sewing. Yeah, I have a pretty good collection of vintage patterns. And, it's not, I learned a lot on my France trip, right? Teaching this wonderful group of 8 adventurous women. And we did, it was, I'll be honest, it was actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I was a little worried, only in my head, right? But I like to do things that scare me, right? I like to go out of my comfort zone, because that's the only way we learn. Though it's terrifying a lot of times. I'm like, you know what? Let's just do it. I'm going to do it. So, teaching sewing, and I teach bag classes and stuff, but garment sewing is different, right? Because, a bag, it doesn't matter if the size is off or whatever a little bit. But if we're sewing and you're sewing a garment and that garment doesn't fit, or it doesn't look right, or it's not pretty, or I don't know, fabric isn't cheap, right? Garment fabric. And we use linen, which was not an inexpensive prospect. So you really want things to come out right? So people can wear them. So that's what I was worried about, that people weren't going to be delighted. But it really was actually easier than I thought. And it probably had everything to do with the caliber of students and nothing to do with me, really. Because everything just kind of fell into place. It was pretty awesome. So it was fun, right? So we just did it. So that's what I want to do. That's what I want to impart in this little kind of Sewing 101 is to kind of banish that fear of screwing up and just get familiar, right? I mean, if I can get a room full of 20 women using a torch without fear, I need to go back a little bit further. A sewing machine won't be, a sewing machine is easier, right? We can't light anything on fire with the sewing machine. I think I have a thread around there. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go up through here and through here and through here. See that? Sorry if I'm out of frame. And Cindy, I'm putting a 10-aught. Let me see if I can get in there. There we go. There's a little, since I don't have my camo camera up, maybe I'll try and switch cameras if I can. Let me see if I can. Bear with me here just a second. Let me see. Let me put me back in there. Let me do this. Camera settings. Camo camera. Let me do that so I can zoom in. Hopefully everything is running better and I won't have that lapse. There we go. There we go. Let me see. And add this to stage. There we go. And see, the resolution on this is so much better. Let me zoom in so you can really see it. Nice and clear. Okay. Can you see that okay? There's some questions I want to get to here. Let me see. Yes, Dawn, fabric-stores online. Yes, that's where I get all my linen. I get all my linen from fabric stores online. I think it's fabric-stores.com, I think, and you guys can give it a Google. Sign up for their newsletter because they have specials all the time, which is great. They don't have like store-wide, but they do have specials on like different types of things and stuff like that, right? So yes, their quality of their linen, and they carry three different weights of linen. They carry a light, like a handkerchief linen, that I would use for like a light, like if you were making like kind of a slip or like an underdress or something like that. They have their medium weight linen, and that's what I use for like all of my clothing. If I make linen pants or I make that pullover like we did for France, that's the medium weight. And then they have the heavy weight, which I'm going to order. I'm going to make, there was in my Tina Gibbons group, my sewing sisters, my friends, she put out like a challenge to make 3 garments over the fall and have them be finished by October. So this, you can kind of see it, this jacket, I'm going to do kind of a mashup of all 3 of these jackets. And I'm going to use the heavyweight linen for that jacket. So we'll see. But like something like this underdress kind of thing, this could be handkerchief if you wanted it to be light, but I'm going to use regular. And then I'm going to use regular linen for a top, kind of like that. So yes, so that's the thing on the linen. The background sue for the butterfly, this is felt, and it is linked in our Amazon store. It's stiffened felt. I think it's a 2 millimeter. width of that. And it's the same felt that I put in your Frida stitch-in kits. Here, the felt from that, that's this. And that's what I used for this. If you go to our Amazon store link, if you go onto our homepage, you go under social media, you do the pull down. The pull down has the link for our Amazon storefront, and that felt is linked there. The heavyweight would be good for pants. I've felt the heavyweight. It is heavy. I make most of my pants out of medium because I like my pants a little lighter, and sometimes I layer them. But if you're just making like regular pants, the heavyweight would be amazing. So yeah, check it out. They're really good. Really good. Let's see. People are talking about machines. I can't never talk about machines. Yeah, pre-computer Bernina. It's great. Those old Berninas, so perfect. I sew on old machines. Karen K says she's got an old Singer and a newer Janome with metal. I like the computerized machines. Don't get me wrong. It's kind of nice, like my embroidery machine. Push a button and everything's done. But I have, my old Singers that I love. I have some old Vikings. My first Viking that I bought has some metal parts, some plastic parts. I bought it in 92, I think. So I've had it a long time. But you bond with your machine just like you bond with your tools, with any other tool, right? So there's no right or wrong machine to use. I am not a sewing machine snob, 100%. You use what you like, right? And if you have kind of a not super fancy machine, that doesn't matter. All you need really is a machine that stitches straight, right? Maybe zigzag if you're fancy, right? You don't even really need a serger, though I love my serger, right? You just kind of step up and get more and more, into different machines. Okay, so I'm going to go around now. It's time for the rest of those bugle beads. I have a slantomatic too, a 401. Yes, a 401A, I think, right? Is that what you have? Whoops. Also, the slant shank is also the 301, right? Yeah, I love it. That Singer is my go-to for clothing, 100%. Linda, I saved these. This is bullion, and we do carry the bullion. We carry just regular bullion wire that you could use. I saved these from some, sorry, let me try and get that in focus. I saved those from some semi-precious beads that were from India. Sometimes they're strung with the bullion in between, the metal bullion. But we do carry just the regular bullion that we use for the ends of thread and stuff to attach to clasps. So those would work. That would work as well. We carried in silver and gold. Okay. Yes, I love it. Yes, love. Yeah, the sewing festival. I remember that, the Canadian one. There was one. Yeah, it used to come to the States as well. Nancy, there are so many people on YouTube that fiddle with old singers. I watch those singer YouTubes like it's my therapy. So it's great. Watch one of those. You'll be working in no time. Okay. Let me bring this up. I'm chatting too much. I should be, as my friend Mary says, worky talkie. Oh, and I wanted to tell you, I FaceTimed with Mary yesterday, and she shared her zipper ends for the bags, so I know how to do them again. maybe I'll have to share that with you in a bag class, but it's my friend Mary's technique. She is so gifted, but I've got it down. So now I know I can show it to you. The no-fail zipper tab technique. Oh, I need another 11. Those 11s are getting thin on the pad here. Let's see. I can just sneak in some. I've got some cuts and other things. It doesn't matter. No one will notice. Right, there's one. There's one right there. Right there. Let me zoom out just a little bit. It's kind of close. After this, I bought some new shelves for my sewing room. I am going to do some refurbishing, some rearranging in my sewing room, because I rearranged it in January and I never quite meshed with it, right? I never quite was like, oh, that's working out great. So I bought a few more shelves. I'm going to take a bunch of stuff out. I'm going to redo and see how I like it. Because if your sewing room, if it's not quite right, it just can't quite get in there. And I've got a lot of stuff I need to sew. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'll show. Do you want to see a total close-up of this, Dawn? I will. Hang on. Let me get around this corner. Yeah, I'm glad you like the drops. I think the drops even all the way around would look good, but I think they're kind of special if you isolate them kind of at the bottom. Here's another one of those. I need another 11 or a cut or something shiny. Here we go. There's one. Right. And then I'll put this there. That goes about there. Now I'll put in that 3 mil, the shorter one. So it comes up the back. Through that 11. Tighten that up. Through that 3. If I can get my needle in there. Like that. Okay. And then down. Or, no, maybe an 11. That curve looks like it can take an 11. There's one. I know, I do. I need Christine to come work on my sewing room. I know. Poor thing. She's kind of busy right now, but hopefully she'll be coming for a visit. She's such the good organizer. So we've been here. It's going to be a year that we've moved all of our product and everything back here to Fresno. We finally organized. Janice, I have to send you a picture. My friends Laura and Lael came on Thursday and they redid the ADOTs that Chris and Miranda had started. And they look so good. So it should cut down on errors, filling errors. But we hope to get the rest of our seed beads. I mean, they're organized, but these are perfectly organized. Yeah, I'll show you the close-up on this. I'll get a nice photo, a nice setup so you can screenshot. Let me get this. So it just looks so nice. They just came on Thursday. Laura, she's so funny. She texts me sometimes out of the blue, and she's like, all right, I'm going to be in Fresno. Put me to work. So it was so nice of them to come and do this. I know, where would we be without the kindness of our friends? Right? Yeah, my previous studio. Yeah, that was fun. Um, the brick wall in there, that was great. Um, but I have a pretty good setup. I need to do a live from my metalsmithing studio. Um, I just wish I didn't have to sleep so much, right? Why do we have to sleep? I just want to create in my different space. Oh, Barbara, you just got peaches from Masamoto's. Love it. Yeah, the Masamoto peaches are they're legendary, aren't they? So good. All right, I need one more. I think I just can go one more of these. Let's see. Here, I'll go through this one. And I'll go through this one, this last one. I just need one more of those 11/aughts. Just well, is the last one going to have to be an outlier? It might be. Is that it? That's not fun. Isn't that funny? I just needed one more bead. Well, there's one here that's kind of close. I'll use this one. Where did it go? That one right there. That one will be the odd man out. Just like that. And I'll come in. I think it's hitting some glue. There we go. I don't want this thread to catch around that rose. There we are. All right, and I'll stitch it in a second. Let's see how close I can get. While you're looking at this, there we go. See how I have that little skull bead right there? And there are the drops. I need to fill this in, but I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fill this in with just the black. And I might have to come in, see this isn't quite sitting where I want it, so I might come in and tighten that up. That looks like it needs a little bead right there as well. See that? So take a look at that. Let me see if I can find the Tyla mixes here that we just launched so you can see them in person. I think they're over here. If they're not, then I won't worry. Let's see. I think I teased you about them too much. Maybe they're here. Oh yeah, here they are. Here we go. Here we go. And this one. Okay, that way you can see them. Oh, yeah, these are pretty. These are pretty. Okay, is that good to for a screenshot? Hopefully, you've got that. Then what I'll do, the next steps for this, I also think I want to cover this edge, so I'm not seeing that. So I'm going to get, let me just do this real quick so you can see it. It'll just give me some thoughts about what I want it to look like. I'm going to put this through about like that. Just want to get my needle into position. I don't know if it's going to be the right thing or not, but I'll show you. Let me go. This might be a little close. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I could put some more drops here, and maybe I'll put a few more as I go, right? So here's the black seed beads. And because I've got this edge, I can see a little bit of the glue and stuff in there. I feel like it's not quite as finished as I want it to be. But I think coming around with 4 seed beads coming through, oops, I'm going to go through the front, right, I'm going to try and show you, right above where that bugle bead is. There we go. And put on 4 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And go around the front. You might have to push that bugle down a little bit with your hand, but that's okay. There we go, because it's kind of edging around over the top. Let me see how that looks. Oh, no, not. Did it the wrong way. From the front going to the back. There we go. And once you're kind of out of that little tight space, it's a little bit easier to stitch them. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. From the back, going towards the front, and needle in just above where that bugle bead is. Okay. Like that. Okay. I'll do 1 more. I think that finishes it off pretty well. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Come around. And through. There we go. Now I'm seeing that lag on my computer again. I might need to re-upload. I'll switch the camera. Oh, good. Janice is putting up. I'll put that little note that she put. I'll remove that one. I'll re-add my camera. Janice is saying she's found a hotel with a small meeting room, etc., etc. Called to find out, and she'll let the East Coasters know on Wednesday. That's awesome. JP's got to go, but she says, yes, I was going to mention this. Make sure on Wednesday, my friends, we have Danielle Wicks coming. She is going to be doing a really fun gem duo cuff and earrings with new symbols, so she'll be there. It's going to be a fun show. Thanks, JP. Thank you so much, Janice, for being here. We super appreciate it. Let me see if I can switch this camera just so you can see. There's the iPhone camera. There we go. And it is there. Let me highlight this. Yeah, the iPhone camera isn't quite as sharp, but you can see it kind of right there. Right there. There we go. The butterfly instructions, I will make it, I think it's all the stitch-ins. Did I put it up on, I can't remember. It would be under bead embroidery. Let me look. If it's not, I'll add it. It should be under projects, under techniques, under bead embroidery. And Emily's bead embroidery is up there, but the butterfly is not. So what I'll do is I will link, I'll make after I'm off this live, I'll link the template, because I do have the templates here. The templates are under templates. I'll link them all on a project page so they're all together, okay? Because we've had several different broadcasts about it. I've done it over time. So I'll put a photo of this. It won't be quite done, but I'll just photograph it as it is, just so there's all one place for it, okay? And then I'll put it on the homepage. For the newsletter tomorrow, I'll put in some recipes for you, and some other things. I'll link to this, as well as, don't forget, it's the Miyuki sale. So Barbara wants to know more about the drops. So let me tell you. Oh, and thank you, Linda. You have made my weekend wonderful as well. Let me, all of you have. I love it when you're here. Let me, this will be the last thing I'll do. I'll share the screen. There's the bead embroidery. I'll share that. Let's go over to the home page and I'll show you. We'll go over to All Miyuki. Over here on the side, let's choose drops. Okay? Here are all the Miyuki drops that we have. Now, the Miyuki drops, let's just click in to one. This is a 3.4 by 3 millimeter. So if you kind of look at, they're kind of hard to see here. Can you see there's a drop right there by the ruler? Can you see that? And you can kind of see them there here. They are kind of a small little drop, but they add a lot of dimension. I really like them. So hopefully you can see that, right? And yes, Cheryl, I've got the new Tyla mixes. They're right here. I'll show them to you right now. But that's how you navigate all of the Miyukis. Go to the main Miyuki, go to the left-hand side, and then you can sort by type, etc., etc. Okay. I did. I almost got you to Appy Hour, right? I love it. Oh, thank you, Mary Ellen. It's great to have you as well. Let me stop sharing that. Let me highlight this, and I'll show you this. Gosh, it's 12:30. How did that happen? Oh my goodness. We just are great for just chatting, right? Chatting and making. Here are the mixes. This one is Desert Wind, right here. Let me see if I can get this. Here's Desert Wind. Look at how pretty that is. It has some gold in it. The gold is a quarter Tyla, right? It's got some halves, and then it has some full. That's that one. This one is Sherwood Forest. I like this one a lot. Let me see. Oh, this has my favorite finish. We need to get these back in. They discontinued some of them. The silk finish. This is silk right here. They have it in a half Tyla. Hard to focus on it, but it's so good. So good. That's this one. And then they've got that purple quarter. Then this one is Sunbaked. And this one has a Picasso in it. Look at how nice that is. So those are the new ones. So rest assured, we're going to be keeping these in stock. They'll probably go in and out of stock as you folks purchase them, but they're good. Let's see if I can get that in there. Right? Really pretty. I love them. Let's see. Yeah, drops are great for ending fringe. Drops are really good. It's fun to have just a few drops in your component boxes. We'll add some more colors. We've got a pretty good variety, but the palette isn't as expansive as it could be. I don't think we've added any colors since we launched those a while back. All right, my dear friends, thank you so much for joining me today on this Stitch In. It's been fun. We talked about food, we've talked about beads, friendship, getting together. I really appreciate you folks. Ladies, gentlemen, wherever. It's great to have you all here. I really appreciate you. Now I say it all the time, but especially on these Saturday stitch-ins, life is kind of rough right now. Things seem to be in flux, and I don't know, things are crazy. So being able to take a little bit of time, to stitch together, to chat, to come together at the bead table with like-minded friends. I think the one place where we can all agree, right, is around the bead table, or at least have civil discourse. Maybe some of you don't like oysters as much as I do, but it's okay, right? We can all come together. So thank you for that. Appreciate you. Join me on Wednesday for the wonderful Danielle Wicks. She will be here doing a brand new project. I will get the project up early in the week so you can see it. Thank you for asking, Carolyn. If you go right to our homepage, there's a couple of ways you can find it, right? You're on the homepage. If you scroll all the way down, there's a newsletter link. If you scroll up to the top, there's a newsletter FAQ and archive. You can read the last 10 newsletters that we've sent out. I have them archived there. So it's there. I send out a newsletter every day at 2 a.m. I mean, it's scheduled for 2 a.m. I'm not up at 2 a.m. pushing the button. But they're kind of fun. Sometimes I do little musings. Sometimes we have sales. Sometimes it's just a reminder that, hey, we're here and check this out. So it's fun. Oh, this is very nice. You folks, always so nice. I also wanted to mention, I do this sometimes on our Saturdays. If you would like to support our free education that we do on Bead Shop, especially on these stitch-ins or whatever, and I just like to mention it, it's certainly not a requirement, but I know that a lot of you ask and a lot of you do support us on Ko-fi. You can go in and support us that way to keep our education free. We really, really appreciate it. Certainly not a requirement, and certainly always a delight when something comes up on our Ko-fi, but don't feel obligated, please. We do this because we love it. We appreciate you getting our our sharing our content, comments, all of that kind of stuff, because the more that you comment, the more you interact with our social media, the higher it goes in the algorithms, and the more people will find us that way. The algorithm game is always it is always a game trying to get more followers and things like that. So I did want to say you can find us on all of our socials: Facebook, The Bead Table, our Instagram, our Pinterest pages. If you're watching us on our YouTube, please give this broadcast or any of our broadcasts a like, and go to our channel and hit that subscribe. We're inching to 100,000, and I'd love to hit that 100,000 by the end of the year. So give us those subscribes if you would. Share this content out to other beading friends who would enjoy it. And of course, we're all over the web at beadshop.com. And I know it's hard to see there because I've covered it up, so let me take that off. And you can always inbox us, email us at info@beadshop.com. Thanks so much, my friends. Oh, and thank you, Kim. Coffee is cheaper than therapy. I appreciate it. Thanks, my friends. And I will see you Wednesday with the amazing and wonderful Danielle Wicks. Thanks for that subscription. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. Thanks all. Bye-bye.